Hello everyone, it's Katya Paprika. My grandmother, who lives 2,485 miles away, has been asking me to finally appear on camera. Actually, here I am. We are at a new location with you today. During this time, we have gone through a long relocation. It was extremely difficult to prepare, not to mention practically welcome to our channel. Multifunctional equipment, which saved me a lot. And finally, I was able to shoot a new selection of recipes for you. And today we will be cooking with you quite simple dishes to prepare, but very tasty. For breakfast today, we will treat ourselves to a very tasty pate. For lunch, we will prepare a very interesting soup. Despite being made from the simplest ingredients, such a soup will definitely intrigue you with new flavors. For dinner, we'll prepare a healthy steamed fish together. Let's get started. We'll take chicken liver, from which we need to cut off all the bile ducts, fat, in other words, get rid of all the excess. And at the same time, cut it into pieces a little smaller, so it cooks faster. Initially, I had about 600 grams. After cleaning, almost exactly half a kilogram remained with a little bit. You will need 1 onion, which we clean from the husk and cut into several parts. And also take 2 cloves of garlic, from which we remove the skin. The paste will be mashed anyway, so there's no point in finely chopping the products. We made the pieces smaller for faster cooking, and that's it. Send the prepared liver with onions and garlic for roasting. I do this without oil. You can add a little water if it starts to burn.
Add salt and pepper to taste and cook until done.
From 10 to 15 minutes on medium heat. For a tasty pastry, you will need rhubarb and fatty plums. I have rhubarb for baking. It's in syrup but without sugar. I love dried rhubarb, but you can also take frozen. Now blend with a blender or a masher until smooth. I do this in the same cooking pot. I have a multifunctional robot, so I mix everything in one place. I have a fat content of 20%, add about 2 tablespoons and a pinch of zucchini. The ready-made mashed into a homogeneous mass pate is poured into molds and allowed to fully cool and harden in the refrigerator. I left the pate for an hour while I went for a walk with the dog, and when I returned, I enjoyed the most delicious breakfast. I added pieces of blackberry at the very end of mashing so that they would not be completely crushed, but there would be pieces of berries. This way the pate tastes better for me. Well, we move from breakfast to lunch and cook soup. The most standard products will be needed. We'll take 1 large carrot and clean it from the skin. Also, you will need to clean 1 large or 2 medium potatoes, 1 onion, which we clean from the husk, and also 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, whichever you prefer. From 2 large tomatoes, we cut out the core. You can peel the skin off, but I never do this in soups or purees. I see no point, as this is the simplest in the preparation of soup puree. No frying, no cutting is needed. Cut into small pieces and send everything to boil. For the meat, I take 2 chicken thighs without bones and skin. For this amount of ingredients, you need 1 liter of water. I really recommend adding roasted paprika, 1 teaspoon, and salt to taste. The soup needs to simmer for 15 minutes while we chop the greens. I have a crop. Now, before blending the soup into puree, we remove the meat. The soup needs to be blended and we tear the meat into shreds. This will be much tastier and more interesting. All that's left is to combine the ready puree soup with the chicken and greens. Add ground pepper to taste. You can blend the soup into a puree along with the meat, but, my husband prefers to have chunks of meat in his soup. Otherwise, he thinks I'm trying to sneak him some vegetarian stuff again. The soup is excellent, highly recommended. Now let's prepare the fish for dinner. Don't take expensive white fish. I have, for example, mint fillet. From the greens, I'll take dill, but lovers of cilantro can take it. We finely chop and add garlic to the sauce. 1 clove is quite enough. We press it or grate it. In a bowl, combine the juice of half a lime. You can substitute with lemon. We send the greens there with garlic. We will also add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and hot cayenne pepper.
In the amount to whoever likes it.
We will marinate our fish with this sauce. I have 500 grams of mint and need to coat the fish with sauce from all sides and also definitely let it stand and soak for at least 15 minutes. The most useful dinner is the dinner cooked in a steamer. We send the fish to the steamer bowl. I've prepared all the recipes today using one kitchen gadget, which can't help but please in the conditions of my endless renovation and life in boxes. Usually fish cooks in about 10 minutes, but if you have a thick fillet, it may take up to 20 minutes. With the remaining sauce, I pour over the fish every 3 minutes for flavor and juiciness. And now, until it's fully cooked, the fish turns out to be very juicy. We took the cheapest fish, but the very rich sauce made it taste new again. It's a perfect option for dinner. Korshik, come here. Say hello, Korshik. Korshik hasn't been in the frame more than me. So those who missed him, he sends greetings to everyone, of course. Although he, of course, doesn't care. He's already had a bite of fish, very tasty. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. Check out the other playlist. I'll be happy to see your comments. And if you share this video on your social networks, you were with Katya, Paprika and Korzik. See you in the new video.